Welcome back to the Delaney Certified Correct Playbook. We got the season opener down at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants. And the Giants have a running back, and his last name is Barkley. I'm going to show you what the Dallas Cowboys have to do to Mr. Barkley to make sure they come out victorious in this NFC matchup, this NFC East matchup at AT&T Stadium. Coming up next on the Delaney Certified Correct Playbook.
Everybody, you've reached the Delaney Cowboys Certified Correct Playbook.
So here's the problem for the Dallas Cowboys. His name is Barkley, and he's the New York Giants running back. This is going to be his second year in the National Football League, and the guy just does not like to go down to the ground. Here he is. He moves right, moves left, dances to the side, breaks the tackle, spins around. He's off to the races. This is going to have to be contained, and it's going to have to be contained early. You don't want the New York Giants getting any momentum. We know right now that the Dallas Cowboys have the superior team to the New York Giants. But what everybody has to remember, this is a NFC East matchup. These teams are very familiar with each other. These guys see each other twice a year. They're going to be seeing each other twice a year. For this upcoming football season, I picked the Dallas Cowboys to win this game at AT&T Stadium in the opener. But it might surprise you, that second game that's going to be in New York up in the Meadowlands, and I believe that's coming up in about 5 or 6 weeks. I actually picked the Cowboys to lose that game. It's coming off of a bye. The Cowboys, they're going to have a bye week. And I just don't think Jason Garrett will have the team up and ready to play after having a long week off with the New York Giants already. I don't, with the New York Giants already having a game the previous week there. So I'm actually picking the New York Giants to win that second game up in the Meadowlands. I believe it's week 5 or 6. I would have to check the schedule again. So what we want to do to Mr. Barkley, I suggest bringing a robber up. Let's show the New York Giants some 8-man fronts, but let's fake it. Let's pull a robber up. Let's show a 8-man front. But then when Manning snaps the ball, let's go ahead and drop a man back out into zone coverage to confuse Manning, to make him have to not go to his primary receiver, and let's make him take a secondary or a third receiver choice, which will give the Dallas Cowboys a chance to pick off the ball, intercept it, and run it down the field. Now, we want to mix it up against the Giants, because when we bring that robber up, we do want to zone blitz. And like I said, we want to drop them back outside of the box, and we want to use that outside linebacker to come around the corner. So we're going to do some linebacker blitzing, and then we're going to do some safety blitzing, and we're going to do some down zone blitzing on Barkley to stymie him, keep him inside the run box. We don't want Barkley getting to the second level, because when Barkley gets to the second level, it's a problem. And like I'm trying to tell you, you don't want the New York Giants gaining any momentum in this game. You don't want there to be any situation where they're up by 7, up by 10 with a running back like Barkley. With a running back like Barkley, you keep the New York Giants down. We want to score first. We want to score often and early. We want to stay up on top of this team, so by the time the fourth quarter gets here, we can start pulling away. The other thing you want to do with Manny, let's make sure we shoot a couple cornerback blitzes at him. Take your helmet, stick it in his rib cage. One thing I know about Manning, he hates getting hit. And once he starts getting hit, things start falling apart for Manning real fast. come with the corner blitz, come with the stunt, come with the outside linebacker blitz off of the stunt. And that's a great recipe to take Eli Manning, grab him by his jersey, knock the ball out of his hands, and sling him down into the dirt. Manning to throw 2 interceptions in this game. If we can score 10 points off of those 2 interceptions, the Cowboys should be going into the locker room with a 17-7 lead. Hold Barkley to 75 yards. Don't let him get loose. Bring that 8th man up in the box like I described earlier. And if you keep him contained to 75 yards for the game, the Giants won't be able to gain the momentum that they're looking for. On offense for Prescott, we're going to go with the normal formula here. 20 carries plus to Mr. Ezekiel Elliott. Even though he didn't have a training camp, we might have to reduce him to 15 carries. Let's let Morris and some of the other guys take up some of that slack. 15 carries for Mr. Elliott. That screenplay that I brought out for the Cowboys about a year and a half ago, it's been very effective. So let's make sure we dump 3 to 4 screens out of the backfield. I think Ezekiel Elliott can handle those 3 screen plays out of his 15-play schedule. On offense for the Dallas Cowboys, look for Amani Cooper and a surprise with Tavon Austin. I actually expect Tavon Austin to have a bigger game than Cooper when it comes to receiving yards. Because with Austin, we're going to be able to line him up in the slot, just like the play I drew up last year of how the Cowboys were going to be knocking off the Seattle Seahawks in the regular season. I drew up a play on the board of Tavon Austin being in the slot and running that slant route across the middle of the field. That thing should be open 4 to 5 times on Sunday. And if Tavon Austin catches and completes at least 3 of those balls, he's going to probably have, I'm going to say, anywhere between 80 to 90 yards of receiving yards, along with his other routes that he's going to run in the game. Because when he runs that slant route over the middle, those plays break open big, and Austin's usually only going to have 1 man to shake. If he shakes that secondary, second-level defender there, if he burns that safety that's trying to come down on him, Austin also has the speed to take it all the way home. Amani Cooper's going to be drawing a lot of attention, ladies and gentlemen. And with Witten back, there's going to be so much attention drawn to those 2 players. I'm looking for Austin to have a huge game. He might even score a touchdown. I'm looking for anywhere, but like I said, between 70 to 90 yards from Tavon Austin and a touchdown. He should be wide open off the play action too. So with Dak Prescott, I expect him to have a big game with the screenplay that he should run 4 to 5 times. Those plays should break for big yards to Zeke. I'm looking for Zeke to get the ball about 15 times. He didn't have any training camp. So, we're not going to give him his usual 20 to 25 carries, but he should get 15 carries with about 3 screen passes there. And with the improved footwork that I got on the Cowboys in my videos, real hard on. If you look at my video from when we lost that divisional playoff game to the Rams, one of my last statements on that video is Dak Prescott needs to work on his footwork, which creates better accuracy. He did work on that footwork, so let's see how it shows up in the game. I'm looking for Dak Prescott to throw for at least 250 yards, at least 2 touchdowns. We should get a touchdown from Ezekiel and a touchdown from Tavon. So let's see how it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and make my prediction. The Cowboys should start pulling away in the 4th quarter. I'm looking for a final score of the Dallas Cowboys 28, the New York Football Giants 14. And a big season opening win for the Dallas Cowboys to kick off the 2019 season. That's going to do it from the Delaney Certified Correct Playbook. Remember, you cannot win a football game in the National Football League if your coach doesn't understand how to outcoach the other team's coach. You're gonna lose. As I always say, see you next time. I want to thank the National Football League, NFL Network, ESPN, CBS Sports, Fox Sports, Undisputed, ABC Sports, NBC Sports, YouTube, and NFL Primetime Music, First Take, and First Things First. I also want to thank Sound FX. All of these affiliates have been named for any video coverage that you see on the Delaney Certified Correct Playbook. See you next time.